Stefan is an operator, and I hope that Bernhard is ready. I hope that Bernhard is ready now, that he could make at least a start before Stefan jumps in. I know you wanted to speak last, but maybe you have a few information to share here at the beginning before Stefan is then ready, jumping actually from one appointment to another. Bernhard, could you take over from here?
Yes, very much. I look forward to hear Stefan. He has very interesting things to tell, because he is, one could say, the organic pioneer in Russia. Also, he came from Germany to Russia, and he will tell us hopefully a bit about it. Now, why I'm in this session? Well, one idea was that there is not an outsider view, but for somebody that looks at the situation in Russia and at the development of the organic farming in Russia. And I very gladly picked this invitation, because as a matter of fact, I have followed the development of organic agriculture more or less from the beginning, large part together with Stefan in the early days. This takes us back 30 years ago. So let me start with an anecdote. Russia, I was in charge as director of IFOM Organics International, so to say, for the worldwide movement to build and to connect, and it was an absolute white spot on the map. We had no contact, no idea if there's anybody even aware of organic agriculture, also because of the very special political situation and the agro-industrial orientation of agriculture in Russia. So we had a World Congress. In Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso in 1989. And the minister opened, the president opened, and so all the ambassadors had to come. And so was the Russian ambassador. And it was a kind of a leftist government. So he couldn't believe what he heard. There were people from all over the world coming to Ouagadougou to talk about something he has never heard of. So he cabled back to Russia, said, hey, listen, there's something going on in the world in agriculture where we better have a look. And he alerted the Lenin Academy, which is the mother of all agricultural academies in Russia, that they should look at it. And this was the beginning that we were contacted, that we had contacts, and we had some early people who had an early idea and understanding that there is something like organic farming and that this has a potential for Russia. And then, of course, Stefan will tell his part of the story, how he engaged. We worked together. Our first partner in the IFO movement was actually Econiva. And I've been various times in Russia. In the beginning, I had to go out more or less with the mirror glass to find anything organic. Then things developed. We saw the first imports of products coming, especially the buckwheat was quite a product appreciated here. And slowly there was this development, which now we see the dynamic growth here. Now, in my observation, as there's now so many things in place in Russia, Russia really has caught up, having standards, having a control system, having built markets. I mean, nowadays, if you go to a supermarket, some of the supermarket chains come from here, but if you go shop, you find organic products and you find the people that go for it. And that is all good signals. What I realized, especially in my last visit, when I was visiting the organic farm from Stefan and had many meetings, I was at a big agricultural fair, and it was almost like here at Anuga. Everywhere you could see organic in the different regions, in the exhibits, companies, very impressive, very well managed companies, very high class marketing, all what you would probably not expect necessarily to find in Russia. What I find makes Russia especially interesting for the organic movement, for the organic world, is the potential. Markus, you have addressed it actually, that there is enormous potential. We see it from the dynamic growth development, but this potential is very much related to the fact that Russia has a lot of land. And a lot of land is left idle. Kolkhoz system collapsed. There are many ruined and run-down farms not operated anymore. And if you drive through Russia, if you leave Moscow and drive out to the country, you can see in the landscape on how high the birch trees are, how long this land is left idle. It's good soil, it's land that could easily be converted to organic, it's land that should be farmed because it has been farmland, and it's land where we can grow our food and we could grow it organically. So in this case, in this context, I think Russia is really a country where we should pay more attention, but not only look at Russia, but I think we should intensify working together, intensify meeting, exchanging, and also I think without arrogance, I dare to say, there's a lot we could help the Russian movement and work together to move this huge country with this tremendous potential forward. And with this, I hope that this session actually will also contribute a little bit to this and further encounters we have to tap this potential, which I dare to say, as a person who has seen organic farming in over 100 countries in the world, I think Russia has probably the biggest potential of all the places I've been to really make a big jump, a big jump, a quantum leap to organic. If things continue to go the way and if things get speed up now, and how to speed up, I actually hope that we hear from Stefan, because he certainly has shown as an entrepreneur how to speed up things. So glad to see you, Stefan.
Well, thank you, Bernhard. Thank you, Bernhard. I think quite nice. You emphasize actually the opportunities. You emphasize also the stories that are made there, and you emphasize the strong development that you have seen, that you have witnessed yourself, over the years. From a moment when nobody believed in it, even yourself said it was a big blank spot. And then nowadays we see the impressive figures from the statistics that Ilya has